Hi there, welcome to a new video. And let me show you a thing first. So today is a new day, but the theme of the day is still same. I was listening Radiohead back to back again, and line that hooked me is this: "Kill me, Sarah, kill me again with love. It's gonna be a glorious day." And the way, the method that the Tom York says this, "Pull me out of the air crash, pull me out of the lake, 'cause I'm your superhero. We are standing on the edge." This line basically hooked me. Even in this moment, I was listening to that line instead of starting the video, but I have gathered my courage to start it. So today we are going to complete the remaining topics of the Cloudflare, which was, let me 1 second, please let me load the resources, uh, directly switch to our learning screen. We have studied about web application security, and one more thing. I have created the thumbnail regarding the web application security. So if thumbnail is still not live, I will do that once I update this video. So basically the thumbnail look like this. Open. This is the thumbnail. So how does it look? This. How it's looking? Very basic, I guess. Okay. So now we are talking about the performance, and we have studied how the site speed matter, and continuing with that, uh, 1 second. Why site speed matter? Then we are talking about performance benefits. Performance benefits are speed and conversion rate. I'm very sure that we will fly through the topics, and our next checkpoint would be the load balancing stuff. So we are discussing about performance benefit. The first section is web page conversion rate. So let me minimize the our OBS studio so I can illustrate something if the topic requires. So what is a web page conversion rate? We have already discussed the web page conversion rate is basically the purpose of the website. Suppose some pages are landing pages, some pages are shopping websites, etc. So the conversion rate and page traffic. Page traffic is called the footfall. If someone of you have studied for MBA, or uh, even have a slight relevancy with the domain, you must have heard the term that the page traffic or the footfall of the market, instead of which is often compared to the actual conversion rate, or how many customers actually did purchase the product. For example, for every superstore, for example Vishal, Big Bazaar, etc., any superstore, many people often visit them, which considered as a footfall. But how many products are actually sold on that store and from which rack? This is a very large domain, and the same kind of stuff is actually um, makes relevant here. So conversion rate is a separate measurement from the total traffic. So the actual traffic visiting the website, and actual visitor and actual purchaser, and who gets converted, who purchased a product, who signed up for newsletter, etc., is there's a ratio between them. So if the page conversion rate declines, then the total number of users converting goes down, even if the page remains exactly the same. So if the page traffic, conversely, if the page traffic stays the same, but the conversion rate increases, the total number of conversion will go up. So it's a very simple logic. Suppose, let me illustrate, because this is the one of the easiest thing that I can illustrate. 1 second. Yes. So suppose this is a website. Website, I mean, this is an internet, Google Earth, or anything. So it is getting few traffics. Suppose we are getting a total of 4 traffics. Okay. So these 3 traffics are just the passerby. They visit the website, do their research, and left. But this guy, the guy in blue, actually purchased the website, the product the website is selling. So this is called what? The converted traffic. Okay. And the website speed does play a very large role. Website performance has a large and measurable impact on the conversion rate. Studies have consistently shown that the fast page speed will result in better conversion rate. In other words, the quicker a web page load, the more likely a user is to perform the targeted action. For example, this is the fastest web page, which is shown in green, which loads its all content in 2.4 seconds. So it has a 1.9% conversion rate, and contrasting it with the slowest loading time. Suppose a website loads in 5.7 plus seconds. So its conversion rate will be 0.6%. How quickly should a web page load? As fast as possible is the best answer regarding that. Okay. And so we are not going through each stats. You can see them. You can visit the Cloudflare article as well if you are interested in that kind of statistics. Next, what other factors beside the page performance affect the conversion rate? The conversion rate is affected by the page design, page layout, text and images on the page, and so on. So it's not clear to a visitor what action they should take the next. If there are too many options present, they may bounce from the page independent of all these issues. One thing I also want to add there, because a few days ago I was actually watching a video regarding the website design, and a statistics that is often seen, that the websites, specifically the government websites in India and in Japan, have a similar kind of a structure, all cluttered, literally many options at a single thing. So the term that if it's not clear to a visitor what action they should take, this line, what should take next, too many options are presented, seems kind of subjective, because India or Japan is a kind of market where it is looking as a good thing that a website bombards a user with plethora of options. And this is the reason why the biggest banking company, suppose SBI or any banking company website you can visit, or the every government website that you can visit, has the same kind of cluttered layout. And it's a positive thing in India, but it's a negative thing in outside countries, specifically European or American countries. And I do feel it's like a negativity, because personally I don't like the taste of that website, and I don't often visit that. So my opinion doesn't count in this regard. Never mind. So next is website speed and SEO and conversion rate. The page affects both conversion rate and search engine optimization. Thus improving it increases overall traffic conversion rate of the page. Okay. Now, time to move to next topic as quickly as possible. We are discussing performance benefits, how site speed boosts search engine optimization. Okay, let it load. Yes, website speed is the one of the many factors involved in discipline of search engine optimization, but is not the only one. Search engine optimization is the practice of tailoring content and website experience, how search engine like Google and Bing evaluate pages and rank them in search result. So guys, which search engine do you use? Because I often found using Bing, sometimes even Brave, and when I am on smartphone, most of the time it is Google. So I use whatever search engine that provider provides, because again it's a good thing to have a taste of every other item, because you need to be able to evolve over that. You must not actually confined in a separate boundary. So that's another topic, and it's a big topic in whole. So now the goal of the SEO is to rank pages as highly as possible in the search result, which ultimately drives more traffic to a website. Okay, so search engine is like the perimeter of the actual website. Search engine actually mentions what the website is about. And according to the description that you find in search engine, you click on that website. This is supposed to be hand, just like this. So uh, according to the description provided by the search engine, suppose this is google.com. Okay, you click on the website, and finally the website gets the click. So website has a responsibility to not only selects its layout or their designs based on the user preference, but also to the search engine algorithm preference. So this suiting your website or altering your website in order to suit the Google's or any search engine algorithm is known as search engine optimization. Okay. And how much site speed does SEO? In 2010, Google announced that the site speed that would be factored for their search ranking. Since the time, site performance has grown more influential. The optimizing for performance is now a large part of optimizing for search engine optimization. In the initial announcement, site speed as a ranking factor, Google emphasized the perspective of the user, how a slow website adversely impact the user experience. And Google also pointed that the users were less likely to stay on website that loaded slowly. Of course, they can because they use tools like Google Analytics, which means that how frequently a user clicks a link and revert back to their original search engine page. So this is how they can tell. So Google does not reveal the details about its search algorithm. So it is difficult to quantify exactly how much site speed affect search engine optimization. However, in a general term, the website usability and overall user experience are certainly crucial, especially for mobile devices. And Google's own research shows that the 53% of mobile sites are abandoned. Okay, if they take longer than 3 seconds. Okay. Finally, the we are discussing about some SEO fundamentals. So these things must be known whether you are drawing towards SEO or not. So let's go by that. So what is SEO and SEO fundamentals? When a user performs a search, the search engine generates a list of websites that pull in order most likely to fulfill the query. The list is typically divided into a series of pages like SERP, series of result page. Okay, I think I should copy it and paste somewhere, not anywhere, but in VS Code. I have to open the that thing, which I don't recall what was it. Allow me a few second time. Okay. KO stands for open a page, which is a development. No, I think it was found in the hard disk drive, the backup drive, in the development section, which is backup section and development section. And here we can find the Cloudflare thing. Yes. Now it will reload. After reloading, this is our home, which is SERP. SERP. I will optimize it later, which stands for series of result pages. Sometimes it's hard to use stylus, so I will use just the mouse. Copy, paste. Yes, now most user will not go past the first page of the search result, opting instead to refine their search and try again. For this reason, the goal of most SEO expert is to get the website they are managing into top 10 search result for query they are targeting. A website will rank higher or lower in search engine depending on the number of factors, including how relevant. Okay, I think these are not the things that needed to be learned line by line. Simply, in the West, Google dominates the search engine market because the Google algorithms are largely what determines the best SEO practice. In North America, Google has close 90% of all searches, with Bing and Yahoo search taking up the most rest of the market. Okay. However, in the other parts of world, other search engine hold sway. For instance, Baidu is the main search engine in China. Okay? So SEO encompasses content quality, on-page factors, off-page factors, and user experience. So if you are not heard of it, there is thing called Google AMP. AMP. What it does? It actually creates a cached version of websites. AMP is a web component framework that you can use to easily create user first website, stories, emails, and advertisements. And let's see. in April 2021, the Google removed the AMP as a SEO criteria. So what it does, it basically created a wrapper of the already existing website, and by creating a wrapper, the website actually loads much faster, specifically on the mobile phones. And there's a symbol called the lightning symbol, which can be appeared somewhere. I am very sure that you must have seen this symbol, the lightning bolt symbol, once you click the link on Google search anything. If you recall, that was the Google AMP, which stands for accelerated mobile pages, which was working until Google decided in 2021 to kill the project. And it is kind of SEO thing. So let's see what the content quality actually means. And it relates to how a piece answers the question and user raised in the search. Practitioners uses a process called keyword research to ensure topics and search terms are worth pursuing. Keyword research involves understanding search volume. Okay. For example, a piece titled What is SEO should focus on defining the SEO and explaining its relevant component, while a piece titled How to Optimize SEO should focus on actionable advice. Okay, so it is kind of intelligence, actually, what user is searching, not directly searching what is SEO, which article mentioned what is SEO. No, it should focus on defining and explaining its relevant component, not the words itself. Okay, so it is the content quality. Next is on page factor, which is the definition how the web page content is structured, whether the website is responsive or not, whether the website is laggy, etc. These factors make it easy for the search engine to understand what the web page is all about. And finally, some off page factors, which on the other hand are the outside of the content on the website. And the most common off page factor is the amount of external link. External link is basically the share, the more share or the more publishment of an particular article on the other article will increase its credibility. Okay. So when the authoritative or trusted website link the content of outside of their website, the Google algorithm interprets as an indication that the content is valuable. Okay. And finally, user experience, which focuses on the website visitor, whether the core web vitals, okay, it is a new topic in itself, come into play. The core web vitals are the set of metrics Google used to measure how quickly and smoothly items on the web page load, in turn, how user experience the website. And I am very sure that these are to be conducted via survey, that how a user feels about the website, or it may be some internal team discussing how the website performs. But that would be too much delay. I don't know how these things. Definitely, there must be an algorithm, and these are a set of metrics. So definitely, there must be an algorithm regarding this. Okay. While the CWB matter for any website, they may be particularly critical for certain industries like e-commerce. For example, when someone is trying to check out from an online shoe store, the slow page speed could difference between $100 in revenue and $0. Means either user purchase a shoe $100 or he will left this store without purchasing to $0. Now next thing, and here comes the fun. Some website owner opt to use problematic tactics called the black hat SEO, but these are generally not recommended. One of the well-known techniques is called keyword stuffing. So keyword stuffing is the very plainly you can understand is often you see when people post Instagram post, uh, deep down in the what was this captioning section, deep down they uses hashtags. Suppose they are posting a photo of coffee, they will tag Starbucks, they will also tag cafe day, and they will also tag the different types of coffee, which is not exactly in the image, but they are also tagging that just in order to get some views. And this thing is called keyword stuffing, which is the practice of using keyword multiple times in content to an unnatural degree to gain an advantage in the search engine ranking. And Google no longer consider the frequency with which the keywords are used to be relevant and sometimes penalize the site for clear instances of keyword stuffing. Did you get it? That even Google does not want and penalize the website. Penalize website in the sense not ranking the website in their search at all or ranking it the very least. And this thing that I don't know a lot about, which is black hat SEO. And we will see what is it. I am very sure that the Cloudflare has an article. In case it doesn't, uh, wait a second. Black hat SEO. Let me copy and search it. Black hat SEO practice against the search engine guidelines used to get search or site ranking higher in the search result. Okay. So below are the 9 common black hat SEO techniques that can result in a penalty, which is keyword stuffing, link farming, private blog network, blog comment spamming, competitor content copying, snippet abuse, negative search engine optimization, and hidden text. And there's another thing, negative SEO. What is it, negative SEO? It is like a maze. New thing appears, negative SEO. See, negative SEO is the malicious malpractice of attacking a competitor's good standing with their audience and their hard-earned spot on search engine. What was result pages? Okay, it is precisely what it says. The opposite of high quality SEO. Malicious malpractice of attacking a competitor's good standing with their audience. Okay, so we are somehow attacking the competitor, but the website is not saying that how it is performed for obvious reasons. Never mind. So, why is an SEO important? Because SEO is critical to holistic marketing strategy. The more above your search, the website ranks on a Google search, the more chances that it will gain. One second. Sorry. Next, SEO is an organic or unpaid marketing tactic. Unpaid marketing tactic, which is may require time and effort to optimize a piece of content or optimize the user experience. The traffic SEO effort garner is not something that can be bought. But I have seen in that in my previous company for which I gone to interview, which is an actually SEO firm which optimizes the website. I don't know what they do actually. They do have a team that what they do is to optimize the websites if a customer or a client come up with their website. So it may be help them to rank in the Google search, etc. So SEO can help the companies build an audience of future buyers. For example, if an e-commerce company that sells sunscreen want to drive potential customer to their site, they can pay to have their websites appear as an ad. Okay, but that will only capture some potential buyer. Someone who searches on Google what are the benefits of wearing sunscreen may also be a potential customer, but could be unlikely to click an ad or see an ad. And holistic marketing strategy will tactics to make both of these types of customer familiar with the brand, eventually convert them into buyers. SEO is the part of this strategy. So let me try to help you that even if you use content blockers, for example, uBlock or any ad block, and Google is trying to discontinue that as well. So even if you're trying to continue ad blocking, if your brand has a origin or what to say originality or a origin appeal, people will know about that brand and somehow the people will purchase that. Suppose someone searches that the what are the benefits of wearing sunscreen, so they may be potential customer, and if you provide an article or help them with their query, they are highly likely to purchase the sunscreen from you as well. And how can I optimize my web page for SEO? So optimization goes there by follows. First is conduct keyword research. Optimizing a page for a keyword only matters if the people are actually searching for that keyword. Okay. The process of keyword research can help site owners to determine what type of questions researchers are looking and find overlap with their own business priority. Understanding right for search intent. All readers have a goal in mind when they read or visit a website, whether they are consciously aware of it or not. Site owners should think how to help with their reader accomplish their goals. For example, a reader who visit an article about to sue address is looking for something instructive and actionable. A site owner may want to supplement the article, okay, and write thoroughly and it's easy to understand pieces. The Google will rank the pieces it believes to the best answer search query. One way to give pieces the best shot is to rank for site owners. Ensure that they cover of a topic as much as possible or as relevant as possible to the reader's goal. Good. Now we have some other things as well. We have some on-page SEO tips, which is organized by headers. Using headers to divide a piece of content to make it easier for a reader to scan the piece of information. This could be opportunity to write based on keyword organization is targeting. Okay, so if the header says how to suit risk, cannot make it easy render to spot where the actionable instruction are, but also make it easier Google to understand the piece may be good fit for the search term dress swing instruction. Okay, good. Using alternative text. Okay, which is describing the content of the image. This makes website more accessible for the people who use a screen reader or who cannot use a screen directly due to some medical condition. So it will create opportunities to incorporate the keyword or core concept. You must have seen that even Instagram uses its AI in order to do that stuff. If you upload a photo, it automatically recognizes the objects in the photo and writes its alternative text. And you must have seen if your internet connection is slow and for the place of photo, there is something keywords as written. Next is keyword incorporation. While keyword stuffing is not a good tactic, there are some places that they are very important to include a target keyword such as meta title and meta description. And where the meta title and meta description is found, suppose if I create a basic HTML page, html.html. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so this, and if I just write the boilerplate code, this is the meta thing. Meta chart set, which terms its character set, which is UTF-8, and this is the meta name. And suppose we have and something which is in meta, I don't know what it needed to be there, but there must be some requirements regarding that. Next is user experience and technical SEO. There are many factors in the technical SEO, but there are two most important things. First is site speed. If the website is one of the core tenant, we have already seen that we can use content delivery network, resize images, use the code minification, and a lot more in order to text. And finally, the crawlable web page, which is important factor in technical SEO, ensuring that the search engine are able to crawl web pages. One way to make sure that the relevant web pages are indexed. And I know a few things that asks whether these results of the pages are to be indexed or not. I think while using GitHub and by making my own website, there was an option in order to which asks that whether you want a website to be indexed or not. So I selected it to be indexed, so it makes the website or web page crawlable. Okay, and Cloudflare can also help with SEO. So Cloudflare is like the best friend that can help you in multiple things. And finally, the last topic of the day, which is CWV, Core Web Vitals. Let me write that also. CWV, which stands for Core Web Vitals. Yes. The core web vitals are the three-way performance measurement that impacts whether where a website shows up in the search result, which is first LCP. So there's a full form in it's LCP, which stands for largest content full paint. Next is FID, which stands for first input delay. And finally, CLS, which is content layout shift. Nay, cumulative. Cumulative layout shift. Okay. Now let's get to it. What are these things? The core web vitals are the set of three web performance metrics. Okay. And have we discussed which means okay. LCP measures the loading speed, largest contentful paint. First input delay measures the page interactivity, okay, and the cumulative layout shift measures the visual stability. Visual stability means right now you can see that when I am on 200% zoom, I am using Firefox browser. Sometimes it feels that this particular websites misbehave with my interactivity. It might be some problems with my stylus or my slowness of my CPU, whatever it was the problem, but this website seems to be misbehave, and this is the first input delay factor that is getting a role play here. Now, what is the Google page experience? Okay, and while page load time has been important part of SEO, Google announced in 2020 that CWVs also become a part of its ranking algorithm. So 2010 was the time of what the time of page load time, and 2020 was the time of CWVs. CWV stands for Core Web Vitals. In announcement, Google stated that the CWV would be factored into page experience signal that help determine a page search ranking. Other pages experience factors like HTTPS security, mobile friendliness, and the absence or presence of intrusive interstitial. Okay, that's a great word here. Let me hear the pronunciation of it. One second. Did not I copied it? Yes, sorry. I feel like I copied it. Copy, paste. Yes.
Interstitial.
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 Interstitial. Okay. To presence of intrusive interstitial like pop-ups, pop-up ads. The update's goal was to reward website that provide a positive user experience. Okay. So all search engine use bots called web crawlers or web spider to analyze websites. Okay. These bots determine what content on each website is about and help determine whether the website should be displayed in response to a query or not. Web performance is one of the aspects of a website that Google's bot check. It is not known precisely how much these stuffs, since Google kept its ranking algorithm mostly secret, but CWVs do impact SEO to a significant degree. And just like what? Just like the previous thing, the website load speed, CWB is the very essential thing in order to make users stay on the website. So, how does this play in reality? Suppose Google has to choose between putting website A and B in the top of result for what is ARPANET, ARPANET, and which is itself is an article on the Cloudflare, which we know that it is a collection of computer network in the very early time by some defense research academy, right? It's a pretty cool network that you should read more. Okay, so both provide similarly detailed information about the ARPANET. All cells being equal, website A loads faster, responds quickly, and jumps around on loading less than website B. Jumps around means suppose you have a higher responsive design, but the content layout shift, for example, you are loading website or you are changing the screen orientation, the content of the websites goes haywire. Something goes here, there, here, and then after a while, then the uh, elements will settle. So in that scenario, the website uh, that shows that the website A at the top of the so website A will be prioritized because the all the haywiring is going in the website B, even though the website provides a similar caliber of information in caliber. Next, search engine rankings are more complex than depicted in this example. Dozens of factors also affects whether a website will show up in search or not. So, why does the Google incorporate web performance into ranking decision? Because delay in load time tend to frustrate users, whether fast loading increase the odds that the user will return. While Google has the majority of the English speaking search market, a poor user experience may cause searchers to turn into other sources of information. And for similar reason, other search engine like DuckDuckGo, Bing may take the performance into account as well. Although, as with Google, it is not known for certain how their page ranking algorithm works. Okay. Next, what is large contentful paint? The LCP. Large contentful paints measure the amount of time it takes to load the largest piece of a web page. Okay, which is usually an image or a block of text. If it is under 2.5 seconds, everything good. If it's not, then the website will not be ranked or rank at a lower second. So the earlier version of LCP metric is the first meaningful point, which measures the primary concern on the a page becomes visible. Google found that this metric was unreliable and removed it. And for after that, we have some largest contentful paint. Okay. Next, what is the first input delay? It is a measurement of time when a user first attempt to interact with the website and when it responds. In other words, FID quantifies how quickly a person can click on the screen and make something happen. It is good if it is in under 100 milliseconds. For example, Ellen visits a website, How to Polish Your Shoes. He sees a carousel of photo of the shoe polish. Click on the right arrow. The FID is the time that elapses when he clicks the arrow and next photo starts to load. FID does not measure how long it takes for the requested event to actually occur and how long it takes Allen browser to finish loading the next photo. It only measures the time between the user request and request start to be fulfilled. Okay. Now, FID is a field metric or something that is measured based on the observation of real users rather than hypothetically or in lab. So some lab metrics alternative includes total blocking time, time to interactive. Total blocking time measures the time elapsed between the first contentful paint (FCP) and TTI total interactive time. Okay, FCP measures first contentful paint measures the time between loading begins and when the items load on the user screen. Like its name suggests, the TTI time to interactive measures the time it takes for item to appear or the page loaded when the user is actually able to interact with. It was a very big term, or you can say the very confusing kind of term. Total blocking time, time to interactive, which kind of self-explanatory. TBT, time total blocking time. Then we have FCP, first contentful paint. Paint means the something that appeared on your screen. Next is cumulative layout shift, which stands for how much a web page websites jumps around as it loads. It measures the largest burst of shift in the page layout. Google guidelines says that a good measurement is equal or less than zero point 0.1, but we don't know the actual value of measurement. Zero point 0.1 what? Pixels, inches, or what? The layout shift is when the page contents move up and down in any direction from where it originally appeared. So in context of this matrix, a burst is a group of layout shift that all happen within a seconds of each other. A burst can be up to 5 seconds long and contain any number of layout shifts. So imagine that Alan loads how to polish your shoes page. He clicks on the right arrow of the next image. However, the image cursor move further down the page. Alan ends up clicking on the text that loads above the carousel. Okay. The website has shifted because it did not load all page or all things at same time, and Alan is left feeling confused. Okay. Next thing is CLS, which stands for what? Cumulative layout shift. So what we are studying? We are studying this. Okay, how it is measured we are going to study. So now we are getting how the value of 0.1 actually comes out. Okay. So we have an equation called the impact fraction times the distance fraction, which is equal to layout shift score. Okay. Allow me a second. Thank you. So if a web page loaded on the screen that is 400 pixels high, 200 of those pixels shift when new elements load. The impact fraction is 200 by 400. Okay. 200 of these pixels will shift. Okay, the 200 will be shifted out of 400. So it is 50%. If the new element moved other element by 50 pixels, the distance fraction is 50 pixels out of the original, which was 400 pixels, which is 12.5%. Okay. Okay. To calculate the layout shift score, take those two percentages and write them as decimal. So 50% will be written as 0.50 and 12.5% will be written as 1.125. Okay. And after multiplying them, we get a score of 0.0625. This is the largest amount of movement that a web page has. And the web page CLS score is around 0.0625, which is less than zero point 0.1. Yes, it is less than zero point 0.1. Hence, while an ideal web page will not shift at all when its content load, there's still a decent score. Experts recommend that the web pages have a CLS score of 0.10 or less. And how we can measure the CWV, Core Web Vitals, by using Google Lighthouse. Suppose if we are using any Chromium based browser, for example, I am using Edge here, and if I open the developer tool on Edge, let me open it. There must be a feature present as known as Lighthouse. Uh, Allow me a few seconds so I can check it. Lighthouse. Yes, this is the Lighthouse. Let me zoom it so you can guess. Yes, this is generate a Lighthouse report, analyze the page load, and we have some categories, which is search engine optimization, best practices, even accessibility and performance. We can change the device as mobile or desktop, etc. So we can do a lot of things. Now we have Google Page Shift Insights combining the functionality of Crux and Lighthouse. Okay. Now we have some Google Chrome UX report, which are also known as Crux. Okay. Which is a field data reported by Chrome users, giving site owners how user experience their website. Okay. And finally, there is Google Search Console, which is the part of Crux field data and gives CWV performance data by URL or group of URL. And we can improve the core web vitals by using a content delivery network, most often from Cloudflare, as it will benefit them. And I do want to benefit them because they are providing such beautiful content here. Next, we can optimize the images, uses the proper formatting of the image, or reducing the image size if they are not necessarily required in high definition. Then implementing the lazy loading. Lazy loading means loading the only most important part at the first. And suppose if user started loading to the end of the screen, then after that it starts loading the other your another image, just like the infinite loading in your Instagram application or any application that uses that protocol. Okay. And we can improve the FID, which stands for first input delay, by reducing the size of JavaScript function. Code heavy dynamic website can cause input delay because the browser has to wait for all code to load before it can execute. So JavaScript minification can help. Next, building static web pages. Static HTML web pages load faster than the dynamic. So we have static site generator or Jamstack, which is a development philosophy that emphasizes static content. Okay, I do have to study about it because I am in love with the static content. Don't know why. Jamstack. Jamstack is a method of building fast and lightweight web applications using mostly JavaScript, API, and simply markups like HTML and CSS. Okay, it is an approach to front-end development. It allows developer to quickly create efficiently serve static websites to users. Okay, which is itself a large topic in itself. So let it go in this video, and I'm very sure that I will cover it Jamstack in the next tomorrow's video. Okay, so now uh, time to improve our cumulative layout shift. Minimize the third party page element. The third party elements on a page load from separate locations compared to the rest of page. Because of this, they may load slightly different time and changing the page layouts as they load. Okay. Reserve space for embedded content. Many third party elements such as advertisements are essential for website functionality or business model and cannot be eliminated because the guidelines was to eliminate the third party, and the advertisement is also a third party. So what they can do, developers can reserve space on the web pages for this element to load before the browser fetches the actual element. Okay, next is ensure image load in optimal size. That is a slightly different process than optimizing image. Desktop computer, tablet, smartphones need image at slightly different sizes because the screen sizes vary. So even if the desktop browser loses a large desktop optimized image first, that need to be mobile optimized image because the device using a smartphone. So this can cause the content on the web page to jump around when differently sized image loads. Okay. Next thing, include the height and image. So construct, or you can say constrain the image height or a video height and a video, so they cannot be able to stretch or expand. So height properties, height width properties, so they can prevent the layout shifts from happening or occurring. Okay, let me read it by the height and width properties tell browser how large an image will be, so they can reserve the space before the image or videos load. Our HTML5 video article has further information how to do this for video. Okay, so Cloudflare is helping in that way as well. Finally, use CSS aspect ratio boxes. So there are a number of CSS techniques developer can use to preserve a space for a page element using aspect ratio, and there's an article for that as well. Now, what other performance metrics are? Which is first contentful paint. Then we have DOM content loaded, DCL. I also have to write that DCL, which stands for DOM content loaded. Now we have FCP, which is redundant or obsolete first contentful paint. Okay, TTFB is not particularly useful metric, but it can be an indication of the additional usage. Okay, and what is TTFB? Okay, time to first byte. Okay, TTFB, time to first byte. Okay, TTI I have written. Have I written? No. TTI. We also have to write TTI. which stands for time to interactive. Time to time to interactive. चलिए. Now, how Cloudflare can help? Cloudflare can provide CDN, Cloudflare images, which is a website, I guess, which provides functionality to compress image or increase the website loading speed. And finally, Cloudflare is also a product called Zaraz, which loads the third party resource in the cloud away from the browser, improving metrics like FID or CLS. FID, first input delay, and CLS, which stands for cumulative layout shift. Okay. And before wrapping this video up, I also want to know or tell you about the website known as Google Trends. Trends, which often helps in the keyword research, which is a website that you can visit, search for anything here. Okay. And after searching, you may find what you may find, which keywords are trending right now. And specifically also the reason why it is trending right now. Explore what India is searching right now. There you can see every trends that India is going through. Okay. And I also want to tell you about a personality called Neil Patel. When I was earlier studying about the SEO, I don't know what else I have done in my life. So when I was studying about SEO, this is the guy whom I started to follow, and he is a very great SEO guy, and he has an SEO analyzer as well, which is Neil Patel SEO analyzer. SEO checker, site speed, SEO audit report, backlink checker, etc. He has a very lot of things regarding the SEO solution, and he is now asking my URL of my website. So never mind. But you can do check this out if you are busy in or if you are interested in SEO kind of stuff. So this is all for this video. See you guys in the next one. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining here.